All right, hey everyone, Jeff here at StopThePirates.blogspot.com. So why do they want everybody separated in their houses and not going out in public or talking to each other? Because people are going to find out that this whole coronavirus thing is a giant hoax. Here's a website from Agenzia Nova. This is an Italian news website, similar to like a CNN or Fox News or CNBC, whatever. I'll leave a link down below so you can check it out yourself. I'm not lying. Coronavirus ISS, I don't know what that stands for. In Italy, there are only 2 deaths ascertained so far due to COVID-19. Now, they've locked down the whole country of 60 million people. All the bars, restaurants, sporting events, everything is closed. And this is what they want to do here too. This is in Rome, 13 March. Nova Agency. There could be only 2 people who died from the coronavirus in Italy who had no other pathologies. This is what emerges from the medical records examined so far by the Higher Institute of Health, according to what was reported by the president of the Institute of Health. According to what was reported by the president of the Institute, Silvio Brusaferro, during a press conference held today at the Civil Protection in Rome, positive deceased patients have an average of over 80 years, 80.3 to be exact, and are essentially predominantly male, said Brusaferro. Women are 25.8%. The average age of the deceased is significantly higher than the other positive ones. The age groups of over 70, with a peak between 80 and 89 years. The majority of these people are carriers of chronic diseases. So people who are already sick. These are the first minimum detailed data provided so far by the Civil Protection on the causes of death of coronavirus patients. At present, in fact, the authorities are unable to distinguish those who have died from the virus from those who, on the other hand, are communicated daily to the public, but who are mostly carriers of other serious diseases and who, therefore, would not have died from COVID-19. In response to questions from Nova Agency, in fact, Brusaferro was unable to indicate the exact number of coronavirus deaths. The professor, however, clarified that according to the data analyzed, the vast majority of the victims had serious pathologies, and in some cases, the onset of an infection of the respiratory tract can lead to more easily to death. To clarify this point and to provide real data, as we acquire the files, we will go further to study them. However, the populations most at risk are the fragile ones, carriers of more pathogens. So here's what they're doing. They're taking people who are already dying and sick anyway and saying, oh, these people are dying from this coronavirus as a pretext to lock down entire countries. I mean, this is like a fucking war. I mean, we are being completely taken over by this. Our whole economy is being shut down and locked down. They're bringing in the military. They're going to shut down interstate commerce and travel. You might even be locked into the city or the county that you're in. And nobody's dying from this thing. So what the hell's going on? John Rappaport's blog, nomorefakenews.com. The government in Italy, as everyone knows, has locked down the whole country of 60 million people. So how many Italians have died from COVID? Even by the standards of the useless and misleading diagnostic test, ready? As far as the Italian Higher Institute of Health knows, at this point, maybe 2, maybe. Try to wrap your mind around that. Good luck. It seems the president of the Italian Higher Institute has some smarts. He understands that people who already have other serious health conditions, which have nothing to do with COVID, can and do die from those other conditions, regardless of what that they've been tested positive or not for COVID. He writes here too, he gets it, and I predict a great future for him. If he keeps shooting his mouth off, he might find himself working as a weed puller in a forest or he might suddenly be diagnosed with the virus and find himself in isolation. Grit your teeth and plow through the piece. So that's the one I just read to you. And our president, in fact, the authorities are unable to distinguish those who died from the virus from those who, on the other hand, are communicated daily into the public. I mean, it's just, what the hell's going on here? You know? Is this all a big ruse because the economy is collapsing and they know it's unsustainable? So they just kind of want to give us this. See, here's what I'm worried about. They've piled all this debt onto our backs, and it's your straw men they're coming after. It's your corporate fiction that they put up as collateral for all these loans. And if somebody got belligerent and is not paying their bills or not going along with the program, they could foreclose, right? And just starve us all to death. Because when you eliminate the debtor, you eliminate the debt. I know people don't want to hear this shit, but this is the reality. It's nothing personal. It's just business. Some people being diagnosed as epidemic cases are perfectly healthy. Some have unordinary flu-like symptoms. Others have non-viral pneumonia. Others have lung infections resulting from air pollution. Others are driven into sickness by toxic antiviral medicines, as well as many other toxic meds. People exposed to 5G technology should be competently examined. People with fever who have been in contact with a person who might be infected are presumably diagnosed with SCOV. You'll see instances of older people who have a whole list of long-term health problems who are on a raft of toxic meds diagnosed out of nowhere as coronavirus cases. I mean, look in Washington where this thing started, it was at an old folks' home. And you know, those people are drugged out of their minds. Add to all this, as I've pointed out numerous times, the tests for diagnosing COV are useless and deceptive. And you have a clusterfuck. Yahoo News, Australian coronavirus death toll rises to 5 after 2 women die, March 15th. A 90-year-old woman died on Saturday. Testing confirmed she had COVID-19, NSW Health said in a statement on Sunday night. She was a resident of the Dorothy Henderson Lodge aged care home, where 2 other residents have died after becoming infected with the virus. A 77-year-old woman has also died from coronavirus, NS Health said on Sunday. 3 other Australians, aged 95, 82, and 78, have also died. Getting the picture, these 5 elderly people, how many serious health problems were they suffering from in the past 5 years? What medications were they on? What toxic effects do these drugs have? Were the woman recently put on highly toxic antiviral drugs? What other relevant facts would point to serious illness besides a new virus? But of course, the professionals don't care, and patients will be labeled cause of death coronavirus. Totally absurd. A man was hanging on the edge of a cliff for 3 days. He finally fell. A medical examiner took a tissue sample. The test revealed the presence of COV. Therefore, the virus has taken another life. Some people are still not getting my message here. Consider these simple sentences. He pushed it. He took it off the table. The it is singular. Well, the cause of the epidemic is not an it. The epidemic is not an it. The epidemic is a label applied to a variety of people, both healthy and ill, for different causes. The label is a piece of hypnotic medical propaganda, which has the effect of deceiving minds, and it works. You guys can read this shit yourself, man, but everything they're telling us, all this fear, they're all hyperventilating, and we have to shut everything down. I mean, is this a whole hoax to get Trump out of office? I don't know. Would they go that far? Is the Vatican involved? I don't know. But I think the least thing we have to worry about is getting this coronavirus. That's the least of our worries. Because once government comes in and they take powers, they don't give them back. So we're talking lockdown in your cities for forever. Getting permission to go to the store. I mean, that's what they're saying now. Stay in your house. Don't go anywhere. Unless you need to go like to the pharmacy to get your drugs, and then just go by yourself. Hurry up and put a mask on, and hurry and go back home and take your pills. People are freaking out, lining up in mass to buy a bunch of bullshit at the store. It's just unbelievable, man. Anyway, go to stopthepirates.blogspot.com and like and subscribe. I'm not getting any subscribers. People, come on, subscribe and throw me a thumbs up. Thanks.